guys, welcome back to Graceful Beauty. My name is Sherry and today I'm just going to do a little get ready with me, but today I'm not going to use brand new makeup. I wanted to pull out some makeup that I've already purchased and I've owned for a little while, but I've kind of forgotten about it. Before we get started, if you are not already subscribed to my channel but you would like to be, please just look down below and click on that subscribe button. And if you want to get notified each time I post new videos like this, just make sure you tap the little notification bell as well. I've already applied all of my morning skincare and of course my final step, which I talk about all the time, is I applied a sunscreen. So today I'm testing out this one. I've already used it a few times, but I wanted to see how it works under the foundation I'm going to use today. This is a new one by Paula's Choice. It's an all mineral SPF 30. It's called the Essential Glow Moisturizer and it has zinc oxide and titanium dioxide in it. And I am really, really loving this. I don't know if you can even see that I do have a glow on my skin, and you know, I have oily, acne prone skin, and so a lot of times I don't like shimmers or anything like that on my face, but this is not shimmery. It just gives you like a nice natural glow, and of course it's a moisturizer on top of it, so you're getting moisturizer, you're getting your SPF, and you're getting a beautiful glow all in one. For face primer today, I pulled out one that I haven't used in a while, and I remember loving this like a year ago. I wanted to test this out again today, and I actually have already applied that just right here on my T-zone area and just a little bit on my chin, and I remember loving this, and the same, I'm actually really enjoying it also. It feels really nice on my skin, and you know, nothing's really going to make my pores shrink because you technically can't shrink your pores, but you can, you know, use different products like beta hydroxy, things like that, to salicylics to scoop all that stuff out of the pores and keep them clean. But this is a really nice primer that kind of spackles it in, and it's not too drying and it's not too oily, so I think it's perfect if you do have oily, acne prone skin, or even if you're someone with dry skin. I think you might like this as well. So the next step, I always like to apply a lip plumper before I start applying all of my makeup, and then I wipe it off before I actually put on my lipstick. As I'm aging, I'm getting more just wrinkly lips, and I'm losing the volume in my lips, and so I like to use a lip plumper that it's not going to make my lips look huge like Angelina Jolie lips, but it just helps to kind of smooth out some of those wrinkles that are in my lips and just gives it a little bit more full appearance. So this is one by Sexy Mother Pucker, and I actually like this. I didn't really like it at first because it did tingle a little bit, but the tingling actually completely disappears within like 10 minutes, and it really does plump up your lips. So for foundation today, I'm going to use one that I started using like, 25 years ago. This is the Bare Minerals. This is the original mineral powder foundation, and it's the loose minerals. I don't know why I've stopped using this. Probably because since I use Retin-A so much, I do get a lot of flaking. Not like burning and irritation anymore, but I do get a lot of flaking skin. So I feel like the more I'm using a brush and rubbing in circles, I'm just lifting off that dead skin right before I do my makeup, and that's not how I want my makeup to look. But right now, I have a couple days of where my skin is not really shedding, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to get out my Bare Minerals and see if I still like this. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to still like it because I used it for so many years. I've bought, honestly, probably 50 of these things over the past 25 years, and I've bought so much from Bare Minerals. The shade that I have is Golden Medium. It might be a little too light for me right now. It does have a lot of yellow in it, but I remember I used to like that in this foundation. And I do have one of their brushes to apply it with, but I'm going to try my IT Cosmetics. This is the Heavenly Skin brush. I'm going to try this one on one side and then this on the other and just see which brush I like the best. Now, since I am using a mineral foundation, something that I actually like to do right before I put on mineral foundation is I like to blot my face with, these are the Mineral Fusion Skin Blotting Sheets. So I like to just blot any of the excess oil that my sunscreen or my primer or anything like that has kind of left behind. And I actually applied my sunscreen about an hour ago, so I've given it ample time to soak in, so I'm not like really removing the sunscreen from my face. Clearly there was plenty of oil left over, and you know, for me, for somebody that has oily skin, this is nothing. Like literally I could probably go through a pack of these, you know, in a day sometimes. So probably most of you know what Bare Minerals foundation looks like, but just in case you have never seen it before, I'll just quickly show you what it is. It just comes in this little container, and this is one that I had opened up all the way. I hope you can see this, I don't want to spill it, but it's just like a powder, and it's just mineral. Oops, put way too much in there. I'll put it right back in here. And then just the residue that's left in the cap is probably going to be more than enough for my whole face. So I'm going to try this brush first that goes with it. And all you do, you know, there was an infomercial 25 years ago, but all you do is you just swirl it in, you get the product on there, and then you tap off any of the excess, and then you buff it in. They always said swirl, tap, buff, and now you hear everybody saying that. So I actually started using this foundation mainly because my face was breaking out, and I wanted something that was good for my skin and that wasn't going to clog my pores. You know, it gives you a pretty decent coverage, but it just looks natural and looks glowing and looks like skin. I don't really like it with this brush. Let me try my It Cosmetics brush with it. Honestly, the brush that I really used to like was the Kabuki brush. I think I need a little more. The Kabuki brush that originally came with this foundation, but you know, they've since improved their brushes, and I think those were natural animal hair brushes too, because my dog, my Chinese Shar Pei, he's not alive anymore. He passed away a couple years ago. He was 16, but my dog, every time I would do my makeup, he would like fight me for my Bare Minerals makeup brushes, and I thought, why is he like taking them and running through the house and chewing them, and then I'd have to, you know, throw them out. And then I smelled them one day and realized it smelled like, I don't know, I was at a farm. It smelled like a goat or something. So, and you know, I didn't really know much about makeup brushes, what they're made of. It's funny because he would never go after one of these brushes, but as soon as I would pull out one of those original Bare Minerals brushes, it's like he could be in another room and he would come charging in the room to be like, what do you have? I smell another animal. And so I definitely like this It Cosmetics brush with it better. This is nice. I like this. I don't know what the coverage looks like in the camera, but it's giving me a nice glow, but it's not like accentuating my pores. I mean, my pores are there. I'm going to see them no matter what. But so for concealer today, I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, but I actually want to mix it with one of my favorites from a long time ago is the It Cosmetics CC. So I typically don't like illumination. I definitely don't like It Cosmetics CC Illumination Foundation. Oh, I look like such a disco ball with that stuff on. It's like, it looks like glitter all over my face. But I have this backwards. But this is the CCI by It Cosmetics, and I love this. I used to wear this years ago, and it just gives you such a beautiful light to medium coverage. But what it does is, you can't even tell, it's almost identical to the CC cream. So if you do like their regular CC cream for your face, you'll probably like this if you don't need heavy under eye concealer or full coverage. But it's got a little bit of illumination in it. Not like the Illumination CC cream for your face. It's almost not noticeable at all. And it's pretty moisturizing, so, and it's just got this little applicator here. You know, you can do it this way because it's cooling, you know, to reduce puffiness, but I don't like to do that. I just put some on my finger. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it with a little dot of the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I like to mix everything. You know, I just kind of make up my own concoctions of things. So I just mix those two together, and I'm just going to put a little bit under my eyes. So I'm just going to take a damp blending sponge. This sponge is one that I love. I don't know, it's probably my favorite, but you know, I still use my Real Techniques more than this one, only because I have a bunch of the Real Techniques and only one of these, and you know, I like to have it washed before I use it, and sometimes it's not washed, so, and I'm too lazy to go into the bathroom and wash it. That's how lazy I am. And so you see, I don't have like a full cakey, you know, coverage underneath. It's just like a nice sheer to medium, but you probably can't tell, but there is just a smidgy of illumination. Sometimes I'll even take this It Cosmetics CCI and I'll do on my foundation, but I'll just press a little bit right here above my cheekbone. So, you know, as I'm aging, I don't want to wear those like in-your-face highlighters on my face, but I do like that natural healthy glow, so sometimes I'll press a little bit of that and blend it out right above my cheekbone. If there's anything on my face that I feel like I need to do a little spot concealing, maybe cover up, you know, some blemishes that are healing or some of my melasma, instead of adding more foundation, I just like to spot conceal in those areas. And my favorite concealer to do spot concealing, not to put under my eyes, this is awful under your eyes, but this is the Clé de Peau. It's very expensive, but this will last you forever. So even though it's expensive up front, you know, when I buy a drugstore concealer that, you know, I use to spot conceal here, I might use it up within a month or two. This I've had, I don't know, almost a year, and look how much is still left. I will probably, it's probably going to expire honestly before I use this up. I use this every day, and it's just, it lasts forever. But I will just use this on any spots that I want to add a little more coverage. So for bronzer today, I'm gonna try my Hoola bronzer by Benefit. I haven't used this in a while because I've been using my butter bronzer, and of course the butter bronzer is more, you know, it's inexpensive compared to this. And as you can tell, I've used quite a bit of this one, but I'm trying to make sure I just kind of start back here and I don't go below where my cheekbone actually is, and I try to kind of stop here since, you know, my cheekbone is here. My cheekbone's not here, so it's right here. So I try to keep it lifted instead of pulling it down. But, you know, those of you that watch my videos, you know I am not a makeup artist by any means. I just absolutely love makeup. So if you are a makeup artist and this is the first time that you are watching one of my videos, you might want to turn this off and watch something else, because you might be cringing when you watch my techniques and how I apply makeup. So you can see the difference. You know, I didn't do contouring, I'm just lightly bronzing my face. I've done this side, but I haven't done this side at all. And I feel like when I use bronzer, it just kind of makes my face not look as puffy. So. And you know, sometimes I get heavy-handed, I might put a little too much on, but you know, I just blend it out. And if I ever put way too much makeup on, I just take a blending sponge and then I kind of just press it and blend it that way. And then I just like to bronze up my forehead, since I have this wonderful receding hairline that I've always had and a big forehead, so I just try to put it as close to the hairline as possible and then just kind of blend it just so that it kind of makes my hairline look smaller. Remember, if it's darker, it looks smaller, and then when you do something lighter, it brightens it up and it makes it look bigger. I don't want this forehead to look any bigger than it already is. And just put a little bit here so it'll trick the eye and make me think I'm skinny when I look in a mirror. And then I also bring it down my neck so it'll all blend. For blush today, I'm going to use another one by Benefit. This is the Rockateur blush, and I've had this for probably almost a year also. And this is just a really pretty color. I don't wear it that often because it does have a shimmer, not glitter or anything, but it's such a natural peachy pink, more on the peach, kind of like just a nudie, browny, peachy pink. I don't even know how to describe it, but you can't really see much, but it does have a sheen to it. So there's no glitter chunks or any speckles. I do not like that at my age, but it does have a sheen. And so since I do have oily skin and I'm always blotting, sometimes I don't want that much of a sheen. But I wanted to test it out again today since it's been so long since I've pulled it out, and, you know, see how it looks on my skin. And those of you that watch my videos, you know that I love clown cheeks. I love blush, so I do put way too much blush on sometimes, but I love blush. I absolutely love it. And I'm sure I got that from my mom, because my mom will totally just whip out a hot pink lipstick and then just be like, oh, I'm just gonna touch up my makeup, and then she'll of course do her lips, and then she turns it all the way up and she just rubs it on her cheeks and just, you know, blends it in with her hands. I remember the first time we all went to dinner, and you know, we all finished eating. Of course my mom and I are, you know, just touching up our lips real quick, and my husband was like, oh, your mom just put lipstick on her cheeks. He thought, you know, maybe she had one too many margaritas or something and didn't know what she was doing, and I don't even know if I've told her that story. I'm gonna prime my eyes with my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and I have quite a few different eye primers, but this is just one that I reach for mostly because this is just what I keep in my makeup bag. While my primer on my eyes is drying down, I'm just going to do my brows. Now this isn't an old brow pencil, this is just my current favorite. I mean, I love this stuff. I've talked about it many times in my videos about how I thought it was horrid when I first got it. Hang on, need to clean the foundation out of my eyebrows first. But I absolutely did not like this brow pencil when I first got it. And it's funny how, you know, after you test things out a couple times, this is my favorite. I love, love, love this so much. It stays on all day. It's almost like a cross between a pencil and like a waxy pomade all in one. And you can just do your brows so fast and easy. And, you know, I think they look pretty natural. Oh, I just lost an eyebrow. Darn. But you just have to lightly touch it. You know, it's just so easy to do. Oh, I don't even know if I mentioned, this is by Rimmel. It's so cheap, it's like $5. did those darker than I wanted to, and I went a little crazy with the spoolie, so it kind of made a mess on the outside. So I'm just gonna clean up around the outside real quick. This is this new brow contour pencil by Benefit. It's got it's like the pens that we had when we were, you know, little kids with all the different colors, but it's got 2 shades of a brow. This is like a medium brown and a darker brown. And then you've got the highlighter, and then you've got like almost like a stick concealer, and I am going to blend that out. For eyeshadow today, I am going to use this one by Wet n Wild. I'm going to link everything down below where you can get it. But I love this. This is so inexpensive from the drugstore, but it is really, really good quality. And they have all different colors in these little palettes. So I think I'm gonna go get some more. It's got 4 eyeshadows in here, and it even tells you where to apply them if you're not sure. So this. Then I'm gonna take my really inexpensive $1 e.l.f. This is, I think, a crease brush. Yeah, this is their eye crease brush. I really like this. I mean, it's not super, super soft, but it's not hard and crunchy like a lot of other ones are. So I'm just gonna take this top, like a nude purple. I think it's just really pretty. It's got a little bit of brown in it. And I'm going to put that in my crease. Now, I'm not actually putting it in my crease since I do have hooded eyes. I mean, you really, when my eyes are open, you can't see where my crease is. And if you look, my crease is actually right here. So if you start your eyeshadow and put, you know, start making the shape of your eye and put it here where my crease actually is, right here or right here, when you open your eyes, you won't even be able to tell that you have eyeshadow on. So what I do, since I have these drooping hooded eyes, is I see where my crease is, which is right down here, and then I just go above where my bone kind of indents in, the socket in here, and I like to put a matte shade right here, and I always use a matte shade for that. So this way I actually kind of will trick the eye, and it makes it look like my crease is now up here. So I don't know if you can see a difference between this eye and this eye. Also, another thing, I sometimes like to just kind of look straight in a mirror and do it with my eyes open versus going like this and doing it, because then sometimes I can't really tell how high I want it. So this way I can see, well, my crease is here and I can't see it. So this way I kind of just know I want it to show right here, and then I just kind of keep my eyes open and then do it that way. And of course I'm looking at this mirror on the camera, so I'm, you know, too far away to really see what I'm doing. So I was in Nordstrom's a while back, and I think I told you guys about this, but the guy, he's a makeup artist, and he gave me some little tips on how I should do my eyeshadow. And he just said, make it so simple. When you have hooded eyes like mine and you're aging, he said you want everything to go up. He said, but just think of a martini glass. And so he said a martini glass is shaped like this and this. He said, so right here is where you start. He said, and don't allow the eyeshadow to go below where the martini glass is. So, you know, you see a lot of really beautiful girls doing their eye makeup, and, you know, they bring it all down here. Well, and they bring the V out here. Well, when you're more mature and you have hooded eyes like me, if I bring my eyeshadow down here, now it'll just kind of make my face look like it's drooping, and then I'll look older. So of course, as we age, we want everything to look lifted. So I loved his technique to make it like a martini glass. So, you know, some people put a piece of tape there, which, you know, I don't ever do that. Or you could put, you know, some of those under eye, you know, like sheet masks, the little under eye masks. You could put those there while you're doing your makeup if you like to do your eyes before your foundation. But I just kind of draw that imaginary line, and I try to make sure that I'm not going past that. Now, if I do, because, you know, sometimes I'm just slapping it on, it's so easy. You just take a little concealer and then just clean it up and then blend it. Then I'm going to use this same brush, and I'm going to dip into this dark, it's like a matte deep purple shade, and that's what I'm going to use to darken up the outer V. Just kind of press it on. Once you've dipped it in, press it on the direction that the martini glass would go, and of course you want to blend that out. So, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of blend that out into kind of like a little V, or a backward 7. I know that Sugar Puff and Fluff, I think that's the name of her channel, she always says do it in like a backward 7 versus that outer V, because she also has hooded eyes. Now, she has some really good hooded eye tutorials. I'll link her channel down below. And these shadows, they blend so well. I mean, I just love these. Now, look at this brush. Is this like the prettiest brush ever? I mean, I know it looks like something a 5-year-old would use, but hey, if it's purple or pink and it's got glitter on it, I'm all over that. But I got this in my Ipsy bag yesterday. It's like the handle is purple and it's glitter, and then it's got these two really pretty green rhinestones on it, and then look at the brush. It's like blue and purple. I mean, it's so pretty, but it's so soft, and it's a fluffy blending brush. I'm gonna look this up and I'll link it down below if I can find it. If not, I apologize. This is what I'm gonna use to kind of blend all this together. Oh, it's so soft. This is the first time I'm using it. This is amazing. I love this. I'm gonna look into getting the whole set. I really like this. So for my lid color, I think I'm gonna try this pretty shimmery lilac color, and I'm just gonna put that on my lid with my finger. Oh, that's so pretty. I love this color. So this really just brightened up my eye. I don't know, I kind of might like this eye better and maybe just put a matte on the lid, but just trying this. But this really is pretty. My battery on my camera I see is flashing, so I'm gonna have to charge it, so we'll see how long I can go. Underneath my eyes, I like to always put a little bit lighter shade underneath my eyes. I feel like when I do it too dark, it kind of drags my eyes down, so I'm just gonna use that same color I used on my lid, that shimmering lilac, but I am going to take a smidge of this dark purple color and then just kind of connect it where it is here. So for eyeliner, on the lower lash line and on the lower waterline, I want to use this one, my favorite one by Marc Jacobs. So I was going to try a different one, but I just feel like it's like a shimmering silvery lilac. I just feel like this one will go best with this look. So I have a few of these that are very similar in this shade. They, you know, truly are dupes for this, but there's just something about this formula. It just glides on so well. I mean, I love, love, love the Marc Jacobs gel eyeliners. These are just, there's just no comparison. Yes, you've probably seen it in my other videos, but this is just like a beautiful, it's kind of like a, it's called Lunatic. It's kind of like a silvery lilac shimmer. It's just so pretty, but it's not chunks of glitter, so you don't have to worry about when you're putting it on the inside of your eye. You're not going to get chunks of glitter like some of the other eyeliners are. This stuff is amazing. So my camera battery died. I apologize. I should have had it charged first, but I didn't have much to finish, so I'm just going to show you what I did to finish this look. So on the rest of my eyes, I don't know if you noticed, but there's, instead of that lighter lavender color, I have this little eyeshadow, very creamy. And then this deep brown plummy color. And let me just put them right here on my arm and see if you can see. But I mean, these have great pigment. I'm gonna go check out more Pixie eyeshadows. So when my battery died, I plugged it in and I happened to look over and saw my Ipsy bag and I thought, let's just see what's inside. And so what I did, I didn't use this dark plummy brown color, but what I did, just so it wasn't so shimmery of the lavender on my lids, I just put a little of this color on my finger and then I just pressed it right here, rubbed it on. I mean, these are silky. These just rub on so well. Put a little bit more on so you can see. I have no clue if I'm blending it well, but it's just such a pretty, it's just a beautiful nude shimmering pink. I absolutely love this. I'll look it up and I'll link down below whatever I can find. And then I just used a liquid black eyeliner, like a felt tip marker eyeliner. I'll link it down below. It's not one that's sold in stores. It's one that I also got in one of my Ipsy bags a long time ago. And then for, and you saw what I used under my eyes, my Marc Jacobs, the Lunatic gel eyeliner. I used that on the inner waterline and under my eyes. And then I didn't tight line. Usually I tight line with the black gel eyeliner on my upper waterline, but I didn't do that today. I didn't curl my lashes. I just didn't feel like it. But I used two mascaras. I used just one coat of my Stila, the huge mascara, and then I just kind of blended through, just because sometimes this gets a little chunky, but it makes your lashes really huge, hence the name. And so then I just kind of combed through it with my Maybelline Full and Soft. This is my favorite mascara. So, and it gave me, you know, really great volume and length without even curling my lashes. I also use Revitalash, so my lashes, you know, used to be a lot shorter than this. So if you are struggling with lashes and you keep trying every mascara out there, stop wasting your money on a bunch of different mascaras. Just go get some Revitalash. Yes, it's expensive, but then honestly, you can use pretty much any mascara because your lashes will be just so long when you use it. And that's why I don't spend a ton of money on mascara. I just, this one's my favorite and it's like $5. For my lips today, I just wanted my lips to be kind of a little more neutral since I have, you know, all these purpley and pinks on my eyes. So for my liner, instead of using my normal Estee Lauder Double Wear in Brick, I used this shade in Spice. This is a beautiful color. I love this better than my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I feel like the Pillow Talk has a little too much pink in it for my skin tone. It's beautiful, but it's just not one that I ever reach for. But this one by Estee Lauder, I mean, look at this shade. It's such a beautiful pinky brown nude, but it's more on the brown side. If you're looking for a nude lip liner, especially, I already have naturally dark lips, so that's why I normally wear a darker lip liner. And even the Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury, it just doesn't even hardly show up at all on my lips. And the thing I love about Estee Lauder, if I let this just set, I will rub and rub and rub, and it doesn't budge. This stuff stays on all day long. I love it. It also has a little lip brush on the other end, but I don't use it. It's not, the bristles aren't firm enough. I line my lips, but then I also filled them all the way in with this lip pencil. And then I always like a little bit lighter shade in the center or a little bit gloss. And then I just put a little pop of my City Lips. This is the shade Pink Nude. And all I did is I didn't rub it all over my lips. I literally just went like this. And then I took my finger and that's all I did. So let me get closer and I'll show you the final look. I'm gonna turn the ring light down. I don't even have it up that bright, so I'm actually able to put my face this close to it, but I'm gonna turn this down all the way, and then you can kind of just see in the natural light that's here in the room what it looks like. So, I mean, I think the foundation looks really skin-like, and you know, you can still see my pores, but you know, I'm not going to ever make them disappear. Now, one thing I want to do, this is something else that I had kind of forgotten about that I had. I've used this for years. This is by Mally, and it looks really disgusting because it's got my makeup on it from when I smashed the sponge in it. So I do clean the sponge, probably not as often as I should, but so I just cleaned it the other day, and this is the one that comes with it. And all you do is you just rub some of the product on your sponge, and then you see the shine. I mean, a lot of people like this glow, and I don't mind the glow, but what I want to do is just show you how cool this product is. When you press it on, you don't rub this. When you press it on, it doesn't disturb your makeup, but look at how it just kind of airbrushes your face. I even put it all the way up under my eyes. So you still have a glow, but look at the difference in how it looks now from this side. I don't know if you can tell the difference. I love this. This will help my makeup stay on longer, and it just really minimizes the look of my pores. I love it. So don't forget to look down in the description box down below this video for links to all of the products that I talked about today. And don't forget, if you're not subscribed to my channel but you would like to be, don't forget to also click that subscribe button down below and tap the notification bell if you want to get notified every time I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.